this day that God has given me, I'm not gonna waste this joy deep down inside me. I'm not gonna shake. Been stressed for so long, so stuck in my own way.
Alright, I hope you have a great day. I love you so much. Be nice to people. She ain't got no jacket on. Bye, baby. Thank you. Put your head up. Ugh. This child. He, will not wear a hat or keep his hood up. And then he's always getting sick. Speaking of sick, I am so sick this morning. And I don't know what the heck happened. I was perfectly fine last night. We had grilled cheese and tomato soup for dinner, and then my stomach started hurting real bad, so I figured it was the food, but I was getting sick all night. I don't even know. I was getting sick all night, and then now my whole body hurts. My back is hurting so bad. My calves hurt. My arms feel heavy. I'm going through it, child. Whew. That's the really hard part for me about single parenting. His dad lives over an hour away from us, and so he gets him, but it's really every weekend or every other weekend, whatever. It switches sometimes, but all the rest of the days, it's me. It's all me. It's all my responsibility, which I love. I'm blessed for that. I'm blessed that I get to spend so much time with my child. A while back, I don't know if y'all seen that Steve Harvey thing where Steve Harvey said, write down 300 things that you're asking God for. School drop-off was a big one for me. Ooh, baby, you almost got hit. School drop-off was a big one for me that I wrote down on the list. I wanted to have the freedom to drop my son off at school in the morning and pick him up from school. I want to be involved in my kid's life. I don't want to just make sure he survives. I want to know how school went. I want to be the first person that sees him when I pick him up. To hear about his day or give advice in the morning before I drop him off or pray over him before he steps into that school. I love that. But it's hard on those days when you don't have anybody to pass the baton to. There's nobody there but me. 2 of us made this little human, but he lives far away, so he can't help. When the teacher calls and says, hey, he's sick, you need to come pick him up, and I'm like, it's me. I don't have nobody to call to be like, hey, are you free? Can you go grab him real quick? Or on the days that I just don't feel good, I don't have a partner there to go run him up to school, and it's hard. Obviously, I know I'm not the only one that deals with that, so I'm not ever trying to act like I have it harder than anybody. Heck no. But it definitely is hard, when you're the one fully responsible for all the things. You pack every lunch, you make every breakfast, you make every dinner. You pay all the field trip money. You get all the outfits together. You do all the laundry. You take them to all the kid birthday parties. You buy all the gifts. It's just so much when you really think about it. And my son is an all-around athlete, too. He plays all the sports. So I'm responsible for all the practices, all the games, all the pictures, all the snacks. It's hard. It's hard. But it's a blessing at the same time. So that's one of the things that I have to constantly remind myself, to slow down and not complain, slow down and have a heart of gratitude, because when his dad lived closer, I had to split time, and that was really difficult for me. One of the hardest things about that breakup is having to split time with my child, having to send him down to his house, and then I'm just without my son for a week on end, or that was really difficult. So just being grateful for the season that we're in now. We are moving away as well. My son and I were moving out of state eventually, whenever God gives me the green light. But I know that this is preparing me for that, because I will be the sole provider, which I already am, which honestly I already was. even in that relationship, we all lived together, but he was gone. So just remembering how blessed I really am, to have a beautiful child that I get to support, that I get to care for, that I get to love on every day. Even on the days when it's hard, I try to remember that. Also being very grateful for the headspace that I'm in, because when we first broke up a while back, I was so depressed. Like, oh my gosh, I couldn't even think straight half the time. I come from a 2-parent household. Even though it's not my bio dad that my mother is married to, they've been married since I was like 1. So I've always had two parents in the household. I don't come from a broken family like that. And when I did break up that relationship, I was so devastated and like distraught that my life ended up that way. I never, ever, ever, ever pictured myself to be a baby mama, a single mom, whatever y'all want to call it. I never pictured myself to do that, to have that, to be that. I always thought that I was going to be a wife. I was going to make my husband his little lunch before he leaves in the morning, and then make my kids their lunch. And, I just thought I was going to have the little white picket fence. I'm such a hopeless romantic. And to be honest, I still believe that I will. I still believe that I will get it. I still believe that God does have that in store for me eventually. But being grateful for the season that I'm in right now, and not waiting around for that to happen, not waiting to start my life until I have a husband or a partner, or just enjoying every season that I'm in when I'm in it, and not rushing into the next one has been a big thing for me. But yeah, being grateful that I'm in the headspace that I'm in now. I'm no longer depressed, thank God. I'm no longer miserable and just trying so hard to make it by. I'm living, and I know that my son gets to benefit from that. And so there's really no need to complain, but just remaining grateful. I obviously don't feel good today, but I have a beautiful, healthy child who could get up and get his clothes out and get himself together, clean his face by himself. The school gives free lunch, so I didn't have to pack a lunch. Like, we have a car to get him to school. Like, there's so many different things that I had to be grateful for, that a lot of times, even when I find myself complaining, I'm like, what are you complaining about? What is there really to complain about? That you don't feel good? You'll be back on your feet by tomorrow. Like, it's fine. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all this morning. I'm so tired. I'm about to go crash in the bed. Another thing that I have to be grateful for. I don't work a corporate job anymore. I don't work a 9 to 5 anymore. When I don't feel good, I make my own schedule. Like, go get in the bed, Chelsea. Give your body some rest. And the fact that I can do that is such a blessing. It's such a blessing. So I'm going to take the day off. I already told them I'm not going to get on live this morning. I'm going to hydrate and then go get some rest. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Remember to spend the day having a heart of gratitude. Write down all the things that you have to be grateful for today, because when you write it down and you see it and you visualize it, it's a lot easier to engrave that in your mind. And then you can make all the positive thoughts louder than the negative thoughts. So make sure you do that today. Make sure you strive to have a heart of gratitude. Be grateful for everything that you do have, instead of crying so much about what you don't have, even though I know that that's really hard. That's a really hard thing to do, but when you sit around and you complain about all the things that you don't have, in my mind, that's inviting the enemy in. Whereas when you have a heart of gratitude, you're inviting God in, you're inviting love in, you're inviting peace in, you're inviting happiness in. And that's what it's all about, making that positive voice louder than that negative voice. And that's how you find peace. But I will see you guys back tomorrow morning. Go be great. Bye, friends.